What's up everyone, my name is Trevor and I am the Gaming Goomba, and the Switch is 1 year old! That's right, the Switch is finally a whole year old, and man has it had an incredible year. The Switch itself has sold 15 million units. Super Mario Odyssey has sold 9 million units. Mario Kart 8 has sold 7 million units. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has sold 8 million units. And Splatoon 2 has sold 5 million units. Those numbers are... okay, my head is way too big for this. Those numbers are insane for its first year. To celebrate 1 year since Nintendo has blessed us with the Switch, I'm gonna take a look back at all the games that I bought within the past year. I was looking over at my stack of Switch games yesterday, and I realized I actually had a pretty decent amount of games considering it hasn't even been out for a whole year yet. And when I had my Wii U, I probably only had 3 or 4 games in its first year. Of course, now I have a job and the ability to buy games whenever I want, but even if I did have a job back then, I probably still would have only bought those 3 or 4 games because there wasn't that many great titles in the first year of the Wii U that I would have really cared to purchase. I'm going to be talking about these games in the order that I obtained them. Of course, the first game on everybody's list is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What can I say about this game that hasn't already been said? It probably is one of the best video games of all time. I actually am not a huge Zelda fan, even though I've got this giant Link behind me, but I love the lore, I love looking into the history. I have that Hyrule Historia book, but when I actually try to play the games, I never really progressed that far into them. The only other game other than Breath of the Wild that I've beaten was The Wind Waker, and I love The Wind Waker. And let's be realistic here. Link is pretty OP in Smash. He's the only character I'll play with. One of my favorite things about this game is the callback to the original NES game. Like the NES game, you can do things in whatever order you want. There's not a dungeon 1, 2, 3. You can go to whichever dungeon you want, you can do whatever side quests you want. Hell, if you think you got what it takes, you can go straight to Ganon and fight him immediately and immediately beat the game. And with games like Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Doom in my Switch library, in terms of hours played, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has them all beat by at least 30 hours, and I've barely dented into the DLC yet. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will go down in history as one of the all-time greats. Again, the next game on the list was more than likely everybody's second game purchase for the Nintendo Switch, and that's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the definitive Mario Kart game, and I did have a lot of problems with the original one on the Wii U. We all know the battle mode in that game was terrible, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the battle mode in the N64 game was one of my all-time favorites. We had this crappy little TV in the garage, and all the kids would come over into our garage, and we'd play Mario Kart 64 Balloon Battle, and it was so much fun. And when I booted it up on my Wii U and realized it was just Balloon Battle on regular tracks from the game, it doesn't make any sense. How can you do Balloon Battle on a circular track, and you can't take any shortcuts, and you can't sneak up behind people? It just didn't make any sense. And this game was actually a steal for me, because I never purchased any of the DLC on the Wii U version. And come on, how could you not love racing as this guy? The next game in my collection is ARMS. I'm not going to talk about this game too much because I did a review last year. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to see my full thoughts. But I can tell you that it is a really fun, a really creative game. It's not perfect, but I'm just glad to see Nintendo taking risk and not doing the same thing over and over again. The next game on my list I'm actually pretty ashamed to say I haven't played a whole lot of, and that's Splatoon 2. Now I have an excuse, hear me out. This game was purchased right before I left for my first semester of college. I played it a good bit before I left, but it was okay because I thought I would take it with me. I'd play a lot between homework assignments and everything, and it'd all be good. But I got there, I tried to hook up my Switch to the internet, my campus Wi-Fi, and I found that because the Switch doesn't have an internet browser, I can't access the browser and log into my student account to access the internet. So that whole semester I was away at college, I was actually not able to play any online games on my Switch. Once I moved back home, I thought I was going to play a lot more of it, but unfortunately in October, a pretty big game came out that stopped me from ever going back to it fully. The next game in my collection is a game I've been waiting for my entire life, and that's Super Mario Odyssey. This again is a game that I have already reviewed on my channel, so if you want to watch that video, I'll put the link in the description below. Super Mario 64 was the first video game that I ever played. Although I loved Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 to death, they just weren't Super Mario 64. In comes Super Mario Odyssey. It exceeds all expectations, and I'm still playing the crap out of it today, and I haven't even touched the DLC yet. The next game in my collection is a game I haven't played a whole lot of, and that's Pokken Tournament DX. I played a lot of the original version on the Wii U with my brother, and I got this game because I knew I would want to play it a lot more on the Switch. But I got this game right around Christmas time. I was buying a lot of games with Christmas money, I was receiving a lot of games as gifts, and I just haven't really found much time for it. So so I don't really want to give too much of a big opinion on it, but I did love the original version. And how have we not had something like this sooner? How has it taken Nintendo this long to put Pokemon in a tournament fighter game? I'm glad this game finally exists, but why did it take till what, 2016 to get a game like this out? Come on, Nintendo, you're smarter than that. The next game in my collection is something I haven't played a whole lot of either, but I love the crap out of it, and that is Doom. Doom is graphically spectacular on the Switch. I didn't know the Switch was capable of producing these kind of graphics, but it looks great, and it looks even better in portable mode. I haven't really played a whole lot of first-person shooter games since I was in middle school and I was trying to fit in with all of my friends by playing Call of Duty. But I knew I wanted to get this game when I heard it was announced, and the big hashtag Doom1,000,000 was trending on Twitter for a while. I wanted to purchase the game, and I wanted to, contribute to the third-party push for the Nintendo Switch. The next game I picked up is, again, a game that I haven't played a whole lot of, and that's Skyrim. I've probably only played this game for a couple of hours. I might decide later on to delve deeper into it. I really just picked it up because I want to support some of the third-party publishers in putting games on the Switch, especially Bethesda, because Bethesda has been putting some really quality ports on the Nintendo Switch. I'm hoping we can get some more from them in the future. The next game in my collection is my unexpected game of 2017. That is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Holy shit, this game blew me away. When I first saw the reveal trailer for it, I was disgusted. Mario plus Rabbids? The minions of the video game world with the king of video games? It just doesn't make any sense. It sounds so stupid, but boy was I wrong. And I'm so glad I was. I actually never picked up this game until January of this year, which is why it's so low on the list in order of when I got things. I checked GameStop, I checked Walmart, and I could never actually find it out in the public, so I had to pick it up on Amazon. I'm not even a big RPG fan. I didn't think I would like that game this much, but the gameplay is just so addictive I could never put it down. When I finally finished the game, I checked my play log. I was surprised to see that I had over 50 hours in this game. I had the same amount of time in Mario plus Rabbids that I had in Super Mario Odyssey, and I never thought I'd be saying that. I'm so happy that I decided to pick up this game because it was one of my favorite games of 2017. And now I'm going to go back and check out some Mario RPG games that I never played in the past just because I assumed I didn't like RPGs. The last game in my collection I'm a little bit iffy on, and that's NBA 2K18. Again, this is a game partly that I picked up to support some of the third-party companies, but I knew I'd like to have a big sports game on my system, and I actually never played 2K. I'm more of a Madden type of person, so I wanted to give it a shot. The graphics in this game are ugly, and I know the Switch is capable of much more after playing Doom. I started playing the game, and some of the cutscenes looked like an early Xbox 360 or a PS2 game. And the gameplay didn't impress me that much either. I was expecting a fun, fast-paced basketball game, right? But when I played it, I just felt so slow and sluggish in the game. When I play a game like NBA Jam or NBA Playgrounds, it's so fast and you could juke people out, all that kind of fun stuff. But when I'm playing 2K, it felt so slow. It felt like took so long to get from one side of the court to the other, and it just didn't feel as smooth as I thought it would. I know one of the main points of the game is to develop your character that you create and get them to a 99 overall, so I'm going to continue to play the game, and if I find that it's better than I think it is right now, I might make a full video on it, but right now, it's probably a 6 out of 10. That pretty much wraps up this video, guys. If you saw any games in this video that you'd like to see me cover fully on this channel, then let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear some suggestions. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and here's to another great year of Nintendo Switch.